Hey everybody, it's Karen. All right, in my little series of how to get sobriety is how to get 30 days. Well, if you're watching me, I hope that you did exactly what I said in my first video a few weeks ago about how to get 24 hours. I hope it worked for you and it got you to 48 hours. And then you took that information and you did what I said and you got to 2 weeks. And then at 2 weeks, I told you, don't listen to your head and don't stop what you're doing. And if you continue that, morning and evening meditation, you continue to go to 2 or 3 meetings a day, like you did when you were desperately trying to get sober, and you stayed to help the next guy, you helped the meeting stay open, you encouraged people, you listened to people, you shared with people, right? You participated in the group. You ask God for some help, one day at a time. If you did that, today, you would have 30 days. And if you don't yet, keep going. You will. The trick is consistency. How do you get 30 days? You're consistently doing what you did the first 24 hours. Right? The first 24 hours, if you remember, you are humble. You know what I mean? Humility is, it's the epitome of humility to have your head hanging in the toilet throwing up or rolling around in bed thinking, I'm never drinking again. I hate myself, right? That's like, But you know what really is humbling is the thinking aspect. See, the sickness is nothing compared to what's going on in your head. The guilt, the remorse, the shame, the coulda, the woulda, the shoulda, the lost relationships, the lost time, the decades of your life you've lost, right? That stuff is the stuff that alcoholism feeds on. There is no time for self-pity in this program. That's why the steps are so imperative, and that's why we get you through the steps right away in that first 2 weeks, because otherwise you won't survive it. Your thinking will start beating the shit out of you every day until you drink again. And if you don't drink, you'll start smoking pot. If you don't start smoking pot, I've always said I've never done heroin, but I will. If I'm not treating this illness and there's no alcohol around, I know exactly what my drug of choice is, what my second drug of choice is, what my third drug of choice is, right? And I know what my drug of choice is when I'm not abusing a substance. See, a lot of people say, I don't take any controlled substances. Or what do they say? Mind-altering substances. I don't take mind-altering. Well, I don't take mind-altering substances. But I also try to not do mind-altering activities. I don't know how to say that. There's a lot of ways to treat alcoholism, and it's not just with mind-altering drugs. It's work. When I'm not drinking and using drugs, my go-to is work. I have used exercise before, not very often. I wish I did. I'm kidding. I've known people that have exercised into hurting themselves and then they still go and exercise more. Some people start gambling. Some people start shopping. Some people use horrible relationships, sex. I mean, there's a lot of ways to treat this. Some people start raging. So untreated alcoholism is a serious, serious problem, and you need to treat it one day at a time with the solution you were given, okay? And if you don't know what the solution is, now that you've done the steps and you've stayed sober for 30 days, and you think, okay, what is the answer? 10, 11, and 12. 10 is admitting you screwed up right away when you screwed up. Are you doing that? It's also kind of step one, because you have to have a deflation of ego to do that. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I don't know why I said that. Shit, I should have said that. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry I said that. I'm going to try to do better, right? And you start doing it really quickly because you don't want to do it later. Once you're sober for a while, as soon as you mess up, you go, oh God, I'm going to owe this person an amends. And then you get really good and you go, oh, fuck, I want to say something, but if I do, I'm going to have to say I'm sorry and I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to let it go. If you're like me, I just don't want to mess with it anymore. So That's 10. 11 is that morning and evening meditation that we taught you on the very first day. So the very first day we taught you about the morning and evening meditation. Let's see. I lost my train of thought because someone called and it comes up on my phone and it freaks, my mind jumps a track. So let me go back. Step 10 is saying I'm sorry right away. 11 is that morning and evening meditation. And in the evening meditation, that's actually the 11th step. And what that does is it gives you an opportunity to clean up your mess from the day. What happened today? Was I selfish? Was I dishonest? Was I afraid? Do I owe someone an apology? Right? It's like a safety net to the day. How did I do today? The morning is like, okay, God, here's my day. Help me. Help me. I don't want to fuck this up, right? I'm a crazy thinker, right? Crazy thinker. I should wear a shirt that says crazy thinker. Or I make shit up, right? My mind is... So God help me with that. And at the night I go, how did I do today? How'd it go? And if it didn't go good, I can clean that up right away. See, that stops me from creating another past. And the 12th step is helping others. And I do that when I go to meetings. See, I go to meetings not because I think I'm going to drink today. I go to meetings because first thing, I need something to bounce my thinking off of, right? My thinking goes off track. It's like a pilot who's got autopilot and they're flying, right? And they're flying straight. And then the autopilot breaks and the guy's got to take over the controls himself and he starts flying. And he doesn't go like this and fly off into a mountain. It goes like this, slow, and then 1 degree every day, right? It's my thinking, 1 degree every day. And all of a sudden, I'm in the ground because I don't know. I don't have any caliber of where my thinking is because I make shit up. I rationalize and justify and blame people, right? So I have to keep somewhat on some kind of a basis, autopilot, and that's meetings. Because when I go to meetings and I start sharing and it sounds crazy, I can hear it. And I go, oh shit, that sounds crazy. But when it's in my head, it doesn't sound crazy. Okay, so I got to say it out loud. I got to run it past people. Sometimes I don't even share, but I hear someone else share and I go, oh my God, they sound crazy. Wait a minute, that's I feel the same way, right? So that is why I do that. And because there's new people there to help. Even if nobody new shows up at my meeting, at least I'm there to keep the room open. At least I'm there to do the readings. At least I'm there to put $1 in the basket, $5 in the basket. Dollar is not enough anymore. At least I'm there to support something. I'm there to keep the doors open so someone else, when they come. It's very selfish and self-centered for me to think I can come to AA and I can have you help me for free. You can help me get my life back in order and then I'm going to hit the bricks. Thanks, guys. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? No, I owe. I owe. That's a great saying. I owe. That should be on my shirt. I owe. I owe. I owe. My life has become so fantastic, fabulous, unbelievably miraculous. I'm living in the 4th dimension. I am so grateful I could just spit fire. I owe. It's my pleasure to help the next guy. And what joy I get. I have a purpose in life now to help the next guy. Okay? If you start shifting your attitude 1 degree at a time that way, you are going to be able to stay sober. All right? I love you all. And if you've got 30 days, you get to pick up that 30-day chip. Bravo. Namaste. Love you all. Bye.